Okay, we got a video, another upload from Veronica Clark. I said I would never mention her again, but I got to get my videos and subs up and whatever and views up. So the last few days I just haven't had much to talk about. I am going to make a video on that, what I think about the Donald Trump Muslim ban, my opinion, my thoughts, which I totally support the Muslim ban. It's not a Muslim ban, it's a citizen ban. They started the hashtag, the liberals started the Muslim ban hashtag on Twitter to attack conservatives. It's not a Muslim ban. Let's get that straight, because there's Muslims in 31 countries, and we're not banning people coming over from 31 countries. We're banning citizens from terrorist nations that harbor terrorists, that have terrorist ties, from 7 nations, citizens. Those 7 nations are Libya, Iraq, Yemen, Iran, Somalia, Sudan, and Libya. I don't know why they're not banning citizens from Afghanistan. Don't know why. Afghanistan should be on the list, and so should Pakistan. But it is what it is. Anyway, this is a response to the video Greg Swamp, Queenie Cameron, Raging Rob mess just got a bit stickier. So I'm going to go through that video. This is going to be a long video. Get ready. Get your popcorn ready. Get your alcohol ready. And get your marshmallows ready, because this is going to be a long one. It's a 15 minute, 26 second video. I'm going to go, I've never seen the video yet. I'm going to go through it as you get my opinion. So, here we go. Let's get my Make America Great hat on again. And last but not least, let's get my guns ready. Okay? But anyway, don't worry. Don't worry, liberals. They're empty. So, no worries. They're empty. Anyway, here we go.
VK Clark here, as always. The first thing I want to start with in this particular
She still thinks that I have a connection
is
to
Archaic Symbolism's new video entitled Gray Swamp.
She still thinks I'm Greg Swamp. I don't know why.
Swamp.
It was I stated very clearly.
Two different versions
I did that
of
as a
it.
troll.
And of course, I will go to the search that he pulled up, and if you look at the comment left here, it's by this particular Greg Swamp.
There's multiple Greg
What is
Swamp
this
accounts,
about?
which is not run by me.
Apparently, this Greg Swamp, I don't know if the new comment.
Allegedly, it's run by Queenie Cameron. I don't even know who runs the Greg Swamp account. Keeps showing up on my Twitter. So,
Go ahead and close that out for right now.
like I said, I don't know who runs the Greg Swamp account. Allegedly, it's Queenie Cameron. I don't know. I don't really give a shit. It shows up on my Twitter, sending me links to shit like this. So, no, I'm not going to block it, because it's giving me good intel. As well as other Twitter followers and YouTubers.
It's interesting that it was that Greg Swamp that commented, because, in fact, that's this one. With Fed Smoker and then...
What does Fed Smoker have to do with anything?
28 subs. You'd think it would be Raging Rob. This is Raging Rob Greg Swamp. He's the Kiss
no, that's
Swamp.
not my account, bitch.
Initially, Ian Scammon thought that this was Queenie Cameron. This person, Raging Rob, did tag team
That's not my account.
with Queenie Cameron for many months.
Uh,
In fact, it could have been more than a year.
Stop right there. No.
Because this Greg Swamp goes back. I don't know which one.
I first found about Queenie Cameron back in July. It's fucking, obviously this person can't add the months. I first knew about Queenie Cameron in July, when I was in Oregon for a weekend. I'm in Michigan now. It's almost February 2017, so it has not been a year, and I only knew Queenie Cameron for... She called me out in one video. I called her out. That was one time. I have not known her for months and so-called siding with her for months or whatever. This fucking bitch is stupid.
particular was bullying Scott Roberts, but he
I don't even know who
can
Scott Roberts
verify
is.
that he's been bullied by a Greg Swamp or Greg Swamps since 2009.
I've had
So I
YouTube
don't
since
know if that
2009,
was
but I'm not
Raging
Greg
Rob
Swamp.
or
I haven't
not.
found out Greg Swamp a
And
couple
I
years
don't
ago.
know if all of the Greg Swamps are connected accounts. I don't know if they are linked sub-accounts to...
I seen Greg Swamp for the first time in 2014 when he showed up in one of my comment sections of a YouTube on a terminated channel that I have back in 2014. That was the first time I ever seen him.
Raging Rob's main account or to Sippin' Salsa's main account. I suspect that Sippin' Salsa and Raging Rob and perhaps others are Greg Swamps. There is an Israeli Greg Swamp.
Oh, hey, Sippin' Salsa, you hear this? She thinks you're Greg Swamp, Sippin' Salsa. I haven't heard about Sippin' Salsa until last year. Sippin' Salsa. Veronica Clark thinks you're Greg Swamp. You're hearing it from her.
In fact, there might be two of those. And there's another one that has Donald Trump with his hair blowing. This one is a pro-Jewish or perhaps even a Jewish Greg Swamp. And I've already gone into
None of those are
account,
mine.
So in another video. So if you're interested in that, just ask me which video it was that I went into that and I will tell you about that. Now, there is another Greg Swamp called Hail Satan, and I have a direct link to that person's account on YouTube. I'm not sure that it will come up, but really quick before I go to that, just bear in mind that one of Queenie Cameron's old videos about the Kenites, which is the Ashkenazi Jewish people,
What?
the quote-unquote children of Cain, according to Queenie, and the seed line of Satan, this has been uploaded by Raging Rob. So
No, it hasn't.
Confirmed his anti-Semitism.
That's not even in my account, you dumbass.
He works with Jewish people, especially Jewish people claiming to be living in Israel and subbing to the IDF on his Twitter. I don't understand it. I mean, I really don't. Okay, so the Hail Satan is not coming up. I have the direct link though. No worries, because
I have a couple of IDF soldiers from Israel on my Facebook page. I don't work for the IDF. I don't work for any Israeli organization or anything like that. I don't know where she's getting this shit. She thinks I'm working for some foreign organization or nothing. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Oh my God, where did she get this crap? Yeah, what was it? A couple days ago, she was saying that all JWO people might be paid federal agents. There's a rumor going around that Fed Smoker is a paid federal agent. She's nuts.
he subbed me under that account. So
I'm not subbed to her in
what
any
I will
damn
do
account.
is I will post a link to the Hail Satan
Well, I'm a
channel on
Christian. I
YouTube,
don't have any Hail Satan account.
with my videos so that people can just verify that it does indeed exist. And as a matter of fact, it is this exact same logo. It's identical. So Greg Swamp, as it comes up, as you can see, Greg Swamp joined in May
Look
2016.
at J. Williams.
This is right about the time that I and Scammer
Hey, is that one of my tweets?
hammering Queenie. This is Raging Rob.
That's not my
He
account,
is
bitch.
Hail Satan. He's also the Kiss Greg Swamp and perhaps the other Greg Swamps. Again, I don't know who all
That is
of
not
them
me.
are.
Another
And
lie.
I initially thought that the Kiss one was Queenie Cameron and perhaps some of the others were too.
I don't know
but
how
that
she
is
thinks it was
now
me.
Not the case. Queenie Cameron is totally MIA. There is one other Greg Swamp, the little cartoon All-Seeing Eye. Again, I have a direct link to that. I will also provide the link to that as well.
I don't know where Queenie Cameron's been. I haven't heard from her in a long time.
And,
I talked to her
it turns
one
out
time.
that 3 of the Greg
One
Swamps, conjointly attacked Tidal today and threatened to drive him off YouTube, and they also coerced him or
Nothing
attempted
to have
coerce him
anything to do with me.
into uploading a video entitled "Proof That Kyle Hunt is a Satanist."
I don't know who
which
Kyle
is just
Hunt is.
So weird. Raging Rob is really obsessed with Kyle Hunt and Sinead McCarthy for some
I don't know who
reason.
these people...
He's been trolling Sinead for months, and
Because she thinks I'm under the Greg Swamp account. I don't know who Kyle Hunt is. I never heard of these fucking people. Whoever runs the Greg Swamp account might be obsessed with Kyle Hunt and Shanae, whoever. But I don't run that account. That's not mine. I'm not Greg Swamp. She still, oh my God, she still thinks I'm Greg Swamp. She still thinks I'm Greg Swamp. And because she thinks I'm Greg Swamp, she thinks that I'm trolling Kyle Hunt and Kate, Shania, whatever that the other person was. I'm not going to rewind it.
He is just totally obsessed with those two.
Well, it's not me.
Kinnison is.
No.
And if you
another
see
fucking
Greg
lie.
Swamp retweet,
Listen to here, Veronica Clark, you stupid bitch. It's not my account.
tweeted Robert Kinnison.
Okay, I showed up on Greg Swamp's account because he retweeted something to me. Big deal.
And you see that he responds to this black gentleman here. Look at this. Look at what Rob says.
I can't even see what it says. What?
And he says he's not racist. Right. Greg Swamp is
I'm not
racist.
racist.
This is very anti-black right here.
That's not my account.
So
Take the bait. That's not my account.
Rob's.
That's not my account.
And then look.
Did she just say it was me? Hold on.
Tweeted IDF. And he says he's not racist.
I'm not.
Right. Greg Swamp is a beast. This is very anti-black right here.
That's not mine. Take the bait.
That's another friend of Raging Rob's.
I barely know the guy.
Look,
I barely know that account.
Tweeted IDF, Israeli Defense Forces.
Okay, so.
So, and then of course this is Sippin' Salsa right here.
Okay.
And then Heil Hydra, there's an account called Hydra Rob.
Yeah, that's mine.
And I don't know.
Hydra Raging Rob, that's my account.
I don't know if it means that all of his followers are going to come out of the woodwork and support him, but you know, whatever the case is, these people are just constantly on YouTube.
I made a Hell Raging Rob account a few months ago.
Twitter, and just check this out.
As a troll, didn't think it was going to go very far. Which is the account I might upload this video on.
Heil Hydra, and look at this, Pastor Lindstedt.
Who the fuck is that fat slob?
Now, what is Raging Rob Greg Swamp doing following?
Well, I'm not Greg Swamp, so.
What is...
Hold on. Who's that? I don't know who that is.
There you go. Now, what is Raging Rob Greg Swamp doing following this person here?
I'm not following that person.
This guy is a nutcase.
Never heard of him.
Anti-black, anti-race mixing, anti-Jewish.
Well, I'm part Jewish,
so.
so.
Notorious anti-Semite. He was accused of sodomizing a 12-year-old.
Jesus Christ! I don't need to hear this shit.
Target.
Well, first off, I'm part Jewish. So if this guy's anti-Jewish, I wouldn't be following him. Second off, I don't follow pedophiles. I don't know what allegedly he did something with a 12-year-old. I can't confirm that. I've never seen this guy before. I think I've seen him maybe once on Twitter. So I don't know who this guy is, Pastor Lindstall. I don't know. I never heard of him. I mean, I think I might have seen him on Twitter once or twice, but I'm not following that guy because I'm not Greg Swamp. If the Greg Swamp account is following him, whoever runs the Greg Swamp account, okay, I'm not Greg Swamp. I'm not Greg Swamp. I don't run Greg Swamp account. I made that very clear. So, but she has it in her head that I'm Greg Swamp, which I'm not. I'm not a Satanist. I'm a born-again Christian. Jesus is my Lord and Savior. I'm very firm on my beliefs.
Of course, he was Queenie Cameron's personal godhead. Well, let's see who else is in this list, shall we?
Donald Joker Trump.
Isn't this a strange combination? So, Pastor Lindstedt, David
hold on. There's
child.
Wait a fuck. Rob Kinnison 1. That's an old Twitter that was terminated from me a long time ago. These are the followers or Greg Swamp followed accounts on this allegedly unconfirmed pedophiles account, which, like I said, I only seen that account maybe twice on Twitter, and I don't follow it. So I don't know who that guy is. And allegedly Rob Kinnison 1, which is a terminated Twitter account. I don't know where she's getting at. It was terminated. That account was terminated from me a few months ago.
Of course, he's one of the Rothschilds.
What?
Donald Joker Trump, this is one of the JWO. He subs to himself. Now look at this. He's subbed to the SPLC and the ADL.
What the hell is
Why
that?
would Greg Swamp be subbed to Pastor Lindstedt, who is super anti-Jewish and anti-SPLC and anti-ADL, and also to these two?
Well, I don't know why he would do
I
that.
mean,
Jay Hutch the Beast, his account is coming up. He hasn't been on Twitter in months.
does this have anything to do with the guy that's dressed like a chimp and threatened to kill me, basically, with his little knife, like his covert threat?
Why? Who the hell was that? She's all mixed
Hutch, up. He's one of the JWO.
Jay Hutch is not... Oh my god, I need a beer. She thinks that Jay Hutch is in the JWO. Jay Hutch hasn't been on YouTube in motherfucking months. I don't know where he's been. He just vanished one day. He brought that... He was bandwagoning over to the Dolphin Farm Base. If you don't know who Jay Hutch is, he's in the TTC, just like me. He came out with the video saying he was going to bandwagon over to the Miami Dolphin fan base and knock out D1 Chosen, because D1 Chosen was in the Miami Dolphin fan base. Jay Hutch is not in the JWO, okay? Jesus Christ. Veronica Clark, she is just making up shit as she goes. She has no base for facts. I don't know where she's getting these facts. That I'm Greg Swamp. You cannot believe anything she says. Anything. She's so full of shit. She's just like Chris Kyle. Full of shit. The fake veteran, yeah. He was a fraud. Faked his own death. Bullshit.
These other people probably are too. Kinnison has a real thing for Mark Dice.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Mark Dice. I've communicated in private messaging with Mark Dice before. That's the truth. A lot of people have a thing. Well, I wouldn't say a thing for Mark Dice, but you know, he's a conservative. I'm a conservative. We're both Trump supporters. So I'm not gonna say I have a thing for anybody, but
so these are all like JWO people here.
Electra Pasaya, yeah, he's not part of the JWO. Not that I'm aware of.
And why would Greg Swamp follow Latherland? I thought that...
Don't ask me. I don't run that account.
It's all just a bunch of nonsense. See? Hydra Raging Rob, leader of the JWO.
That's not even my account.
And I mean, he's got all these accounts. There's tons of them. And he follows Angelo John Gage.
Who the hell is that?
And Michael Constantine? Really? Why would he follow Angelo John Gage and Michael Constantine? Incidentally, Michael Constantine...
Well, here's Michael Constantine. Apparently, I'm not sure what kind of flag that is. Looks like a upside down Nazi flag, but I don't follow that account. I've never seen this guy. I don't know who he is. I'm against racist, okay? I don't follow any Ku Klux Klan Nazi accounts. Yeah, I got a Confederate flag. The Confederate flag is not racist. It's a symbol of Southern pride, being that I got roots back to the state of Missouri. I got, you know, the Southern pride, how do I say this? Confederacy, which runs in my family background. That's what it represents. It does not represent racism. Liberals use that, use the Confederate, you know, use slavery to say that the Confederate flag represents racism. Bullshit. You have to understand the history of the Confederate flag. It does not represent... It's about the Confederate States that tried to break up from the United States. The dictator at the time, Abraham Lincoln, wouldn't let them. And he used slavery. Abraham Lincoln used freeing the slaves to start the Civil War to make the Confederate States not break up from the rest of the Union, which they did, which they wanted to. Yeah, we lost the war, and that's because we had a dictator, Abraham Lincoln. That's what the Confederate flag stands for. The Southern Pride Confederacy. It has nothing to do with racists and slavery, and liberals say it does, though. You have to understand the history of what the Confederate flag stands for. It's not a hate Nazi flag. I'm against Nazi flag. I'm against Nazism. I'm not a white supremacist or a white nationalist. I never labeled myself as such, and I never will.
is the person who doxed Evalian. So it would make sense. And of course, look, this guy's Nazi, and he is tied to this Greg Swamp who claims to be supporting the ADL and the SPLC. Folks, it's all a big mess.
I don't know who that is.
Anyway, just so folks know, this kind of explains why Greg Swamp and the JWO freaked out and all came squirming out from under the deadwood when Scameron and I revealed that Grove Clearing was Queenie and that she was
Never heard of
being
Grove Clearing.
doxed by Grove Clearing, Queenie.
JWO was a off branch. It branched off from the TTC. And the TTC, Trash Talking Circle, in case you don't know, is a bunch of people that get together. It's been around for 10 years on YouTube. It's just a bunch of people that make trash talking videos on football, trash talking each other's team, you know, whatever. During the off season, they had some groups branch off from the TTC. They had it started off with this World Order shit. D-Town was the founder of the New World Order, branching off from the TTC. And then you had the LWO, Lou World Order, Uncle Lou, and the A-Bomb. They started that. And Jay Hutch was part of it. He started his own Hutch World Order, which Jay Hutch is, I don't know where he's been. I started the Raging Rob World Order. And I think Yo Daddy, he started the Joker World Order. Him and, I think, Sippin' Salsa were behind the Joker World Order. All it was a branch off from the other World Order groups, which is a branch off from the TTC. That's all it was. That's all it was. We were trolling TTC members. That's all the JWO did, was troll some TTC members. So it's got nothing to do with Nazism. She's pulling shit out of her asshole. I don't know where she's getting her shit, her facts, but it's nonsense. She doesn't have any clue what is going on. I do. The JWO is dead. Okay, it's dead. It had its days. I still run a JWO Raging Rob account. I'm not gonna deny that. The Hydra thing, that was a guy by the name of Hydra. Oh fuck, I forgot his name. Hydra something. And he said, yeah, make a Hydra account. I made it as a troll. I didn't think it was going to go very far, but I used it as a backup channel because I got other channels that have strikes, and I can't upload videos longer than 15 minutes if I got a strike. So I just use the Hydra Raging Rob as a backup account, which I'm probably going to upload this video on the Hydra Raging Rob account because I ain't got no strikes on it.
And Mr. Constantine is alleged to have leaked those borderline
Make America Great Again.
Revenge porn doxes of Evalian on
I don't do anything with porn.
to Queenie Cameron and the JWO. So that explains how.
And I don't dox anybody. Let's clarify what doxing is. Getting a person's info. The crime is doxing a crime. It depends. You go online, you get a person's info, you look up somebody's info. That's not a crime. The act of doxing and spreading the info is a crime. Just like if somebody got my info, that's not a crime. If my info's out there, somebody gets it, okay. But if they spread that info to harass me, to harass my family, now they're committing a crime. I don't get involved with doxing. I don't do anything with doxing. I don't do anything illegal. Everything I do online is legit. Legally, lawfully.
Is currently tweeting.
I don't side with people
Relatively
that do anything illegal online. If they want to do something illegal and try to get me involved, I say, hey, don't involve me in it. I don't want to be an accessory to your crime. Hey, I'm not going to help you out in your crime. I don't do anything illegal online. Everything I do is legit, lawfully. Just want to make that clear.
recent. Yeah, I mean, this guy is anti-Semitic totally.
Talking about Michael Constantine.
Very interesting. This is just getting increasingly strange as we go. But anyway, he is the one who leaked those. He's the one that.
We're at 11
leaked
minutes. We got 4.5 minutes to go
to Queenie Cameron.
of this 15-minute, 20-second video.
So interesting. And then Angelo John Gage talks about how he is always trolled And everyone just thought that he was lying about that, and it's just, he's imagining all this
He's
stuff.
a conservative.
No, folks.
It looks like he's got Donald Trump on his
really
Twitter page.
Trolled. The fact that Greg is following him and that he was getting bullied by all those creepy JWO people.
Yeah, we're creepy.
They're everywhere. Okay?
He's a Donald Trump supporter, this guy.
It is true that...
All right, let me stop. I'm going to show you the proof. Let me back up like a few seconds here, right about there. Yeah, this guy, Angelo Lana John Gage, I don't know who this guy is.
He's getting bullied by all those...
Just another Donald Trump supporter.
JWO people. They're everywhere.
And I don't harass Donald Trump supporters. I don't harass anybody.
It is true that...
I'm a Donald Trump supporter.
I mean, it really is true that he was being harassed by the JWO. And I just hope
and she's sticking up for a Donald Trump supporter?
You know, you're being...
That's how full of shit Veronica Clark is. She's bashing Donald Trump. Oh, he's a racist, whatever. She was bashing me, saying, oh, Raging Rob is a hardcore Donald Trump supporter, which is true. But now she's sticking up for this guy, who's another Donald Trump supporter. It didn't make any sense. Veronica Clark makes no sense. I don't know, man.
Followed by Greg Swamp, which is one of them. And anyway, this is the person that Robert Kinnison called SHIT skin on his Twitter under Greg Swamp. This is the guy.
First off, I did call him a shit skin.
I don't get what...
We got into a nasty debate. This guy was sticking up for terrorism, and I called him a shit skin. I'm not going to deny that. I did not do it on the Greg Swamp account. I don't run the Greg Swamp account. I'm not Greg Swamp. I did it on my own Rob Kinnison Twitter account. I call him a shitskin, yeah.
Rob's hang-up is, I mean, that guy seems like a decent guy.
Oh, yeah, he seems like a decent guy, yeah. Yeah, he's sticking up for terrorism and sticking up for jihadists. Yeah, that seems like a decent guy. That seems like a decent guy. You know what a decent guy is? Banning citizens from certain countries from entering because we got people like that are sticking up for terrorism. That guy seems like a decent guy. Why? Because he's in a fucking suit and tie? He seems like a decent guy? Yeah, okay, Veronica. God, it's just stupid.
There is a YouTube account that has this exact same avatar, and of course, it's Hail Satan.
And that's not mine.
And what is Raging Rob doing with a Twitter that's this? And
that's not my Twitter.
Hail Satan one, and then this one also.
That's not mine. I'm not Greg Swamp.
I mean, folks, it just doesn't make any sense. He's not really a Christian. But look at
yes,
that.
I am.
This is kind of interesting. This is one of the, this is on my VK anti-bully.
I am a Christian. I gave my life to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I am a Christian, and I'm proud of it. And no, I don't care what anybody damn says. That's between me and God.
Blog, and this is one of the screen captures I took when I still thought that Queenie was Greg Swamp, but check this out. Greg Swamp literally bragging about being a Jewish troll, effing with my likes, dislikes count, and sure enough, that was Greg Swamp doing that to her.
Okay, I'm not Greg Swamp.
Interesting. So I want Sinead to see that. And then last but not least...
For these people that think I'm anti-Jewish. What is this? This is the Israeli flag, Jewish flag. That's what it is. I am not anti-Jewish. I am part Jewish. It's not identified in my ethnicity or whatever, my background, because Jewish is not a race. It is a religion. They identify Jewish as a religion, not a race. That's why it won't show up in my ethnicity or whatever they call it, my background. But I did my research in family history. I have ties in family history to Germany. Okay, before both world wars, got family ties to Germany. That's the honest to God truth. some of my family ties were terrorized by Nazis during World War II. So yeah, that right there explains why I'm anti-Nazi, which some people just don't understand. What? Why would I be a Nazi? Why would I stick up for Nazism when Nazis were terrorizing my people? I don't get it. That makes no sense. Oh my God. That's a Veronica Clark brain for you.
East, under Angus After Dark's video, who is Greg Swan. There's some recent...
Hold on. This bald guy, Angus After... Maybe he's the one running Greg Swamp account. Did that ever occur to anybody? Maybe he's Greg Swamp. Angus After Dark. I don't know if he is or not. I'm just saying that's maybe. I have no real
here
way to confirm it.
Sebastian A.
It's just a hypothetical.
Greg Swamp is a convicted pedophile.
That was a comment made on Angus After
he's...
Dark's channel. I have no... This is coming from Veronica Clark. Like I said, I don't know who runs Greg Swamp.
A convicted pedophile. He's a suspected pedophile. So that's the
Well,
truth.
I'm not Greg Swamp, so...
This guy's just laughing, and this guy is apparently a MGTOW and anti-white nationalist troll. He pretends to be white nationalist, but he's in fact a MGTOW
Is that Joe Johnson?
white
Yeah.
nationalist, likely a JWO operative.
I've seen him in my comments before, Joe Johnson.
He's been causing trouble and sowing discord.
Like I said, I don't know who that is.
Months and months. He's always attacking Sinead and calling her a feminist. Which
Don't know who that is
she
either.
isn't. And then you can see right here.
I'm making this video to try to clear my
This
name.
is what Hipster Resurrection wrote, but then Sebastian A. says Greg Swamp is a very anti-Semitic pedophile. Well,
I'm making this video to clear my name, if anything, because this bitch is just saying what she's going to say. So I'm making this video to clear my name. So you're hearing it from me. So if anybody wants to question, well, is this shit true about Raging Bob? You're getting my opinion. You're getting my... This is facts to the best of my knowledge. In case anybody wants to investigate me, you know. So that's why I'm making this video to, you know...
again, yeah.
Give you my side of the story.
Raging Rob or Greg Swamp is anti-Semitic. There's no doubt about that. And that he is a suspected pedophile or sex offender. And he admitted that in his own words that he had dated a 15-year-old girl or...
16?
...story to 16 when it's convenient, when he was 19. I think...
What the fuck does this have to do with anything? I'm 34 years old. I'm almost 35. So we're talking 15, 16 years ago, right? You know the interesting thing about the number 19 and the number 16? They both have teen on them. You know what that means? That means we're both teens. It's not 9 adult. It's 19. I was not 9 adult and she was 16. No, I was 19, she was 16. We're both teenagers. 15 years ago. Got nothing to do with today. 2002 to be exact. God damn. I don't know where... She puts in 15 because if I dated a 15-year-old, it'd be illegal. Because... Actually, I wouldn't. But the statute or limit... The statute... How do I say this? The statute in the state of Michigan, the age for consensual sex in the state of Michigan is 16. That's why she's throwing in 15, trying to indicate that I had sex with her, which I did not. I never had sex with her, period. I never had sex with anybody under the age of 18. I lost my virginity at the age of 16 to an 18-year-old. Okay? But I myself never had sex with anybody under the age of 18 in my life. That's the honest to God truth. So this 16-year-old that I dated when I was 19, oh, look, he just admitted that he was a pedophile. No, I never had sex with her. Period. Even if I did, it would be legal because 16 is the age of consent in the state of Michigan. But I didn't do anything. She keeps throwing in 15. Latherland did the same shit. These other people did the same shit, throwing in 15 because they know that if I had sex with her at 15, it would be illegal, and they can try to get me for statutory rape charges. I'm not sure what the statute of limitations is, but I think it's 10 years, something like that. Maybe it's unlimited, but I never had sex with a minor in my life, so I got nothing to worry about. And there's absolutely no evidence of this. This is just word going around YouTube. That's all it is. That's the only piece of little itty-bitty evidence they might have, which they don't have. They don't even know if this girl exists. It could be me just spewing hot air. So that's that. Just want to clarify that. Jesus Christ.
The truth is that she was 15 and he was 20.
And where's your evidence of that? The truth is she was 15. No, where's your evidence, Veronica? Let's see the evidence. Latherland isn't evidence. That's bullshit.
Some sort of sexual relations, absolutely.
No.
It's not fooling me, so that's...
Think what you want. Your mind is your own.
Should be a registered sex offender.
Did you hear that? I should be a registered sex offender. Jesus Christ. This is fucking ridiculous. It's got no bearing.
Queenie's Dumb Banana says Greg Swamp is Queenie Cameron and Keith Twoof. They are slanderous, serial stalking trolls.
Let's rewind a little bit. Let's revise what she said, that whole statement here. Let's go back to like 14 minutes. Here we go.
This is what Hipster Resurrection wrote, but then Sebastian...
Let's listen to her out of Veronica Clark's mouth.
Very anti-Semitic pedophile. Well, again, yeah. Raging Rob or Greg Swamp is anti-Semitic. There's no doubt about that. And he is a suspected pedophile or sex offender. And he admitted that in his own words that he had dated a 15-year-old girl.
16.
Or he changes his story to 16 when it's convenient, when he was 19. I think the truth is that she was 15 and he was 20 and they had some sort of sexual...
She thinks. It doesn't matter what you think. It's what you know. It's what you can prove. Nothing happened. That's the honest to God truth. I put my hand on the Holy Bible with Jesus, my Lord and Savior, as witness that nothing happened. But she thinks. So get that straight.
Relations, absolutely. He's not fooling me, so that's statutory rape. He should be a registered sex offender. And then right here, Queenie's Dumb Banana says Greg Swamp is Queenie Cameron and Keith Twoof. They are slanderous, serial stalking trolls. And then Sebastian A. one day ago says they are part of the same network. That is absolutely correct. They are both part of the JWO.
JWO is dead.
JWO has really chimped out hardcore over her exposure and disappearance.
The JWO was started by Yo Daddy. Okay? Yo Daddy. A troll.
That's all I've got. This is BK Clark.
That's all you got.
Thank you for listening.
Shut the fuck up. That's the end of the video. That's all she get. That's all she's got. That's all she's got. Let's see the evidence. That's all she's got. Jesus Christ. Anyway, that's the video. Comments, what you think, below. Subscribe, like, dislike, whatever. Who cares? Share the video. You got my opinion. That's what matters. Whatever. Put what you think below in the comments.